Hello and namaste. Welcome to my channel. I am Harshala and welcome to another reading vlog. This year I haven't done a proper weekly reading vlog and I think that this is like the proper time. Today is 1st of April. I have like started a new book last night and I'm like just 36% in, so I don't think like I'm that much in, and I have missed out on sharing with you guys. So this won't be a spoiler video. So I don't know how many video books I'm gonna read or what books I'm picking up. Like I do have my April TBR which will be out. I will share the link in the description box below just in case you have like missed it. Oh my god, like I'm doing a proper reading vlog after like 3-4 months. Like last I remember I did was in December, like 12th 13th December-ish. I remember it because we went to National Park for that sports, no, what, art fest. Yeah, we went to National Park for art fest, and that was the time I actually did a proper reading vlog. After that everything was like all over the place. The vlogs that I filmed in January were like published in March, so so much of data and everything was like all over the place, like literally all over the place. And I don't understand like what went wrong with me in March. I read like this year I have read like so far I have read 53 books, and out of that 25 were in March. I read 25 freaking books in March, like almost one book every single day, and I didn't film anything. There is like this one video that is there, but I am not sure, like I'm not too sure about it. But coming back to this video, so yesterday night I picked up A Ruthless Empire by Reena Kent. It is the last book or the 6th book in the Royal Elite series. If you are looking forward to a high school bully romance, this series is for you. But I will say so far I have read like 5 books. There are 6 books and I'm reading the 6th one, that is Ruthless Empire. And out of the 5 books I don't think any of it was worth reading. Like the first 3 books are about the same characters. It is kind of a trilogy, and it is about Aiden and Elsa. And I don't know, like I have mixed opinions. I think you can like totally skip it, okay? I have read other books from this author, okay? I'm not saying that the author is bad. I'm saying like this series is not that good. The first 3 books were still tolerable, but the 4th book is about the best friend of Elsa, Kimberly, and I had so many high expectations from it because even though like Aiden was like bullying Elsa and all that stuff, I saw more of Xander and Kimberly in these like all the 3 books, all the first 3 books, and I had high expectations, okay? But when I was reading I felt like Kimberly was like 40-50% of the book. Kimberly was the side character in her own book. So yeah, imagine my disappointment. And the 5th book was about Teal and Ronan. Ronan was my favorite male character from the first 3 books, and his book was like royally fucked up, okay? Like the author messed up so badly with his book. The plot was pathetic, like it was shit, and Ronan deserved so much better. Kimberly deserved so much better. So far I'm 36% in the book, and I feel that this book, like Ruthless Empire, is not that bad because even though Aiden was like termed as psychopath, I feel that Cole is the real one here. He's our guy, he's the real sociopath, and his character is not messed up as yet. Like अभी तक तो मतलब author ने band नहीं बजाई है, and I'm like looking forward to it. So let me tell you guys what Ruthless Empire is all about, okay? So it is about these childhood friends who like kind of I don't know what happened, what went wrong with them. Like they just stopped being friends kind of, and now they're like enemies. So it is enemies to lovers, and also their parents get married when they turn 18. Like the girl turns 18, so they are like step siblings now, step brother, step sister. And what else is there? There's a stalker situation going on. There is this character called Dollmaker, and we do not know who it is. Like there is this mention of a stalker in the first 3 books. Like the third book, in the third book the stalker is like revealed. No, I think in the second book the stalker is revealed, but I have a hunch that in this book the stalker is someone else. The stalker is called Doll Maker, and he's been sending a girl Silver some random text messages, and they keep getting aggressive towards the mid of the book. I don't know what happens later. I'll tell you guys obviously, but I don't want to reveal much because this is completely a spoiler free video. And yeah, my April TBR must be out. I'm reading like fantasy books, and unfortunately I have picked up Harry Potter series, which makes 7 books, and then I have 3 other books which are like, let me tell you guys, Fourth Wing, The Stolen Heir, and Flower Heart. Yeah, so those are the books. I have no idea which books I'm gonna read. मेरा mic गिर गया, रुक जा. Yeah, I have no idea which books I'm gonna read, like which book I'm gonna read next. But just to tell you guys, Ruthless Empire is available on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm reading it on my phone. Whichever book I pick next, I will like keep you guys posted. I think by the thumbnail of the video you guys might already have an idea what I'm reading. So yeah, I'll catch up with you guys when I have an update about this book after I'm like done reading this book, because I don't want to do like a spoiler video. But if there is like genuinely something that I want to share with you guys, something big happens, major happens, I will definitely share it with you guys. Unfortunately, I lost the footage of me talking about like reviewing the Ruthless Empire. So basically what happens is, I don't know, like I lost footage of 2 books, and here I am reviewing Ruthless Empire for you guys. So Cole's character, like I told you guys, like his character is very interesting. Even Silver's character is interesting, but not as much as Cole's. And I have to say, like out of all the books, the plot of this book was like so freaking nice. Until the end it will like keep you hooked. Like there was kind of thriller element to it. Until the end you will not be able to guess who the doll maker is, and you will be like, I don't even have the words. Matlab, your heart will be like in your throat, in your mouth. Itni matlab, I was so scared. Like I cannot for the life of me, read thriller books. Books where there are like, when mafia romance is there is like no mystery or thriller element. And I am such a big fattu. I just cannot read that stuff. And with this book that happened with me. I was like, should I read it? Should I not? Should I read it? I actually on the lights of the entire like living room, and then I continued reading because I was such a big fattu. But yeah, I have to say, like the plot of this book was really nice, and till the end you won't be able to guess, and the book will keep you hooked. Like you won't be able to put this book down. Yeah, that is what I felt like, because I wanted to know who the doll maker is, what the whole deal is, even when I was like scared shitless. Yeah, so for the plot and the good characters, I have to give this book a 3.5 star. I think this is the highest rating for the entire, like any book has gotten from the entire series. So yeah, Ruthless Empire was worth it. But to read Ruthless Empire, you have to read the entire series. Okay, I will not say like the entire book is like good, entire series is good, but then you fall in love with characters. With this author Rina Kent, all her characters are like good. Okay, her character building is good, her plots are like average, her world building is also good, but her plot, she sucks at her plots. And I think that that is only the case with this Royal Elite series. I don't remember Empire of Sins, Empire of Lust, Empire of I think something. I don't remember. Like there are 4 or 5 books from that series. That series is like really good, and even the plots are really good in that series. The character building is also good. Like one of my favorite series, if I have to say. But that is not a mafia or like a college romance. It is like a adult romance, dark romance. So yeah, this is it for Ruthless Empire from me. Okay, today is Wednesday, 3rd of April. Yesterday I did not film because after reading the book that I was reading, like I finished reading one book yesterday, and strangely, for someone who reads only dark romance most of her days, I have been like craving to read something different, and it was poetry. And I actually stumbled across this book on Pinterest, and the title actually caught my eye. It is called The Princess Saves Herself in This One. It's a collection of poetries by Amanda Lovelace, and the book is like uh, divided in four parts. The first part is called A Princess, which was like pretty average for me. The second part is called Damsel, which I absolutely loved. The third part is called Queen, which again I absolutely loved, and the fourth part is called You, which is like again average. So like it is a 40-60 for me. Like 40% of the book is average, 60% of the book is like good. Like the poems really resonated with me, I felt connected with them. But I have to tell you guys that there are multiple trigger warnings for this book. It talks about a loss of loved ones, it talks about parental loss, it talks about cancer, it talks about sexual assault, it talks about physical abuse, it talks about abusive relationships, not only physically, also emotionally. And it talks about mental health, it talks about eating disorders, it talks about a body toxicity, and a lot many more things. Like I can't even like remember them at the top of my head. Like you just have to like brace yourself before going in that book. Even after reading and bracing myself, I still almost kind of got affected by the book, and I couldn't like read anything else after reading that book. I just like sat there and I just sat there with my thoughts because it was heavy for me. The collection of poems are like very beautiful. Like some of them, like they will touch you from within. Like they will just touch you. Like the words that she writes are not like exceptional, but the way she writes them is good. Okay, out of 5 stars. I have not done this before. I have not read poetry books. Like I have not reviewed them, I have read them, but I think this was after a while. Like after a long while I have been reading poetry again. So I'm not sure like I'm doing a good job of rating it, but I'll give it a 3 star because it was like a 40-60 for me. God bless me. Okay, coming back to the book that I read today. Today is 3rd of April and I again finished reading one book. And like I said, I am a mood reader and I have been like craving different kind of books. And today I was craving one of my favorite books, which is a non-fiction, or as you guys like to call it, a self-help book. I like to call it advice from my elder sister, or advice from my girlfriend, or advice from just a woman to another. And it is called Big Magic. And if you guys have heard about this book and thought that this book is not for you, it is only for people who are like living a creative life, I have to like shatter those misconceptions, because no, it is not for people who only want to earn a living through creating or creative pursuits or creative professions. It is for every single person. Let me like talk to you guys in a very simple term. As a child, when you are young, everyone draws. Okay, it might be like you can just take a piece of paper and paint it or color it with just 2 colors. Even that is art. So we are like born artists, and somewhere while growing up it just gets lost. And this book is not about how a professional can live creatively. It is about how a human being can live creatively. So you do not have to be in a profession, in a creative profession. You do not have to be jewelry maker, a fashion designer, a writer, a artist, or a musician, or even an actor, or anything professionally. All you have to be is, or all you have to have is a creative pursuit, or the intent to find, or the intent to live creatively. So maybe you don't know what you like to do creatively. You just have been like doing one single thing, that is maybe studying, or maybe just doing your job or going to a job, but you just want a different change or a different perspective to look at life. I think this book is going to help you, because even though it talks about in a very specific way, and that is like most of the examples here, I'll not say all, most of the examples in this book are about writing. But I just have to say that Big Magic is for everyone who wants to live creatively. Even if you just want to do gardening, you want to do baking, cooking, you want to get back to art, or you just want to start something new creatively. You don't have to make it your profession. You just have to it also might be about going to gym, or maybe taking up yoga, or anything that is like creative, whatever involves movement, whatever involves motion. Like it is a way of life, and I think it has like such great advice, especially when it comes to fear. Like I obviously pick this book up every single year because of the talks about fear, because of talks, like it is like such a wholesome book. And I think rating this book will be a shame, because no, something like this that heals you without you knowing cannot be rated. I know, like it might not, you might not like that book at all, or you might have read it and you might have not. But there are two books that have always helped me in life. I will not say professionally, in life, as a human being, as a woman, as a mother, as a daughter, as my own self. It has always helped me. Like these two books have always helped me, and one of them is The Secret, and the second one is Big Magic. Like last year I did not read it, even last to last year I did not read it, because I was in not the emotional or mental state to even help myself. Like till last year June, I was not even ready to heal from what I went through. But as soon as this year, I have been like craving to read. But then I did not have the physical copy, and on Amazon it was not available. But just as soon as I finished reading it, I did order my copy, because it was available on Amazon now. So whenever like it comes, I am going to like sit down and read a chapter a day and like annotate, because I did have that book. But if you have been following me, you guys know the termite attack with this whole bookshelf. Like I had to like give away so many of my books. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. As soon as I get my hands on my copy, it will be arriving like in 2 or 3 days of time. But I have to say, like, if there are like two books, self-help books, that you have to read, take my word, like The Secret and Big Magic are it. If you make like read from cover to cover, and if you have the patience to read it, it will definitely like help you. I actually heard the like listen not heard, what is wrong with me, I listened to the book on Audible, because obviously it is one of my favorites. So I have like purchased it on Audible, and I also have it on Kindle. So like I was reading and I was listening. I love listening and reading. Like it has upped my like reading experience so much, especially when it comes to books that are narrated by the author. I absolutely love Big Magic. If like there is one self-help book that you have to read, I think no, I cannot choose one, because there are two, and yeah, The Secret and Big Magic have to be that for you. I am not sure which book I'm going to pick up tomorrow. So far in April, I have read 3 books, and it was not something that I did consciously. I am just like in a mood where I am enjoying what I'm reading and I want to read more. The only thing is that I have been like acting moody and I want to purchase new books. I do not want to read what I have. But then I also realized that in the last 3 months I have read like 53 books. So far I have read like 56 or 55 books, and 56 books, and most of them were like on Kindle Unlimited. So that is a habit that I want to like change. I want to read physical books more. I think I spoke to you guys on Wednesday, and today is like Friday night, and on Thursday I finished reading I Want to Die But I Want to Eat Tteokbokki. If you have been around, you guys might have noticed I actually did pick this book up in December, but I think 25 pages in I had to like drop it because it was too triggering for me back then. But I have to say, like, after a certain point, this time the book did not trigger me, and I felt like so relatable to so many things. I have to say, like, this is not exactly a self-help, like it is like somewhere in between self-help and a memoir. I am not sure like what kind of book this is. Like I didn't like specifically go on Goodreads and checked out the genre. But all I want to say is like the author's writing is like basically whatever say he writes, it somehow touches you. I think the conversations with the psychiatrist, which is like the gender is not specified, and the name is not like mentioned. The conversation with the psychiatrist is, intriguing. It is thought provoking, and it might, help you somehow. But I felt that the psychiatrist here could have done slightly better job. Like, there were a few times when I felt like this is not something that a person should say. But then again, at the end note, the psychiatrist did say, and I somewhere relate that even the psychiatrist is like a ordinary human being, and we all are learning and growing. And somewhere I think that, don't read this book from a point of view of reviewing it, or judging it, or analyzing it. I think that you should read this book when you are in the right headspace to just listen to a friend, or some sister of yours, where she's just sharing her story. And maybe you might take away a lot of things, or maybe not. For me, I have like literally written essays in between these pages. I had like such a moment with so many of the pages. Basically, after and before every chapter, she, the author, writes these tiny, not, I'll not say tiny, like, this is chapter 9. So like, she writes about her issues. And after a chapter ends, she also like writes or sums it up. And I think between, like, at the start, I don't uh, I didn't feel that much. But when she writes her end note, or she sums up that chapter, I felt like her words resonated with me so freaking much. You can see, like, there are so many tabs, and it's been a while since I have, like, annotated and added tabs to a book. And this one was like a very, you know it was comfortable. Like, it made me feel comfort, it gave me comfort. At the same time, it also made me feel stronger somehow. Like, the author's words. The only thing I slightly disliked about this book is, like, after the epilogue, there is the psychiatrist note, and then there is the author's note, and then she's kind of writing these, small essays, or maybe just her thoughts, or maybe blog posts, which I found like were dragged, and maybe the book could have survived without them. The second part is like already out, and I'm going to like sit down with this book for a while, like wait for a few months before I read the part 2, because I am definitely interested in reading how the story, or her life, not story, her life goes ahead. So if I want to rate this book, I'll give it a good 3 stars, 2.5 or 3 stars, because it is like not tolerable. Like, there were some reviews on Goodreads that were like from psychiatrist, and somewhere I think that they have a valid point. But as a reader, as someone who is not analyzing it from a professional point of view, but someone who read the book just because I wanted to, because I the title is obviously catchy, and it provoked me. And somewhere I felt that I am this person, I am this girl, and I am just as ordinary as her, and I want to read what this another human being is feeling, what their thoughts are, what goes on in their head. And I am like happy to report that Sehi is like everyone of everyone of us, but so much more bolder. It takes balls to put yourself out there, share your most intimate thoughts, and so much more. Like, if you decide to pick this book up, go guilt free. Like, even if you don't end up liking this book, I think that you are going to definitely be proud of the author for writing this book. Yeah, that is how I want to sum up this book. Unfortunately, the clip where I was reviewing the Stolen Air was by mistakenly deleted by me while I was like on my cleaning spree, and you know, I just have to do it again. So let's do this. So the Stolen Air is like not a standalone, it is a duology. And if you want to read this book, I suggest that you read the Cruel Prince series. Like there are three books: the Cruel Prince, the Wicked King, and the Queen of Nothing. You have to read those three books to understand the story of the Stolen Air. But if you want, you can just dive in directly. But if you want to like enjoy the entire like series, I suggest that you read the Cruel Prince trilogy first. So this one, the Stolen Air, is a duology, and the first book is the Stolen Air, which I am reading, and the second one is the Prisoner's Throne, which was released somewhere at the end of March, and I am currently in like process of reading it. Talking about the Stolen Air, so Stolen Air takes place 8 years after the Battle of Teeth, I think. No, sorry, the Battle of Serpent. So basically, Oak is the step sibling, not even a step sibling. Oak is the adopted brother of Jude, our main character of the trilogy, the Cruel Prince trilogy, and he is like on a quest to find the ex-queen, that is Queen Suran, who is now known as Vren, and she's living in the mortal world like our world. And the story is based in like Elfheim, not actually in Elfheim, it is based in like fairy, the world of fairy. And earlier I thought, while I was reading, I thought that the story is like taking place around Elfheim, but no, Elfheim is not at all a part of the Stolen Air, like the book 1. So this entire book 1 is about finding Vren, who is like known as Queen Suran, and then taking her somewhere to rescue Oak's father Madoc, who is also his like adoptive father, not his real father. Both his real parents are like dead. And I actually picked this book, The Stolen Air, for the prompt in March. The prompt was evil parent, and Suran or Vren's parents are like pure evil, and there are there is a lot of like, the entire book is told from the point of view of Vren or Suran. And somewhere I feel like I hate when it is a single point of view book. If I don't get to get inside the brain of the characters, I do not enjoy the book as such. So this entire journey is about Oak finding Suran or Vren, and then they going to rescue Madoc. I have to say, like, I did not enjoy this book as much as I would like. There is no romance at all. Like, there is like very little chemistry, and this book was not what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be something more. It was very less like what I wanted it to be, from what I wanted it to be, and I did not enjoy it as much as I would like. And talking about the personality of the characters, like, Vren still had like some personality, like even though she was like a homeless, living like a homeless, she still had some character. But like Oak, I felt like he was a very poor version of Carden, like a copy paste version of Carden, which was like a very poor version. Okay. And I thought that I had high expectations from Oak, because in the trilogy, The Cruel Prince, Oak's character is a very mischievous and a very fun character. In this, his character is not that fun. Like, I don't know, I just did not like his character as much. Like, I was expecting more from this book, and that is why I'm giving it a 2.5 star, not even a 3 star. So yeah, but definitely I'm like continuing the series, because obviously I cannot, like, for the life of me leave a series, like drop a series. So The Prisoner's Throne, as soon as it will really, like, I do have like the copy. As soon as it released, I bought the copy, and I'm like in the middle of reading. But if you are asking me, is the entire series worth reading? No, the second book like sucks more than the first one. So yeah, like this, that is a mini spoiler that I want to give you. But yeah, a different video is like coming all together, where I'm reading all the new releases of 2024, and in that I'm reading The Prisoner's Throne. So yeah, that was The Stolen Air for you guys. I am talking to you guys several days later. Okay, I forgot to give you an update, and I have a reason. Okay, instead of finishing 2 more books, I finished 3 more books. One of them was like reread, and another one was like a book that like other two were the books that I read new, and I started reading the book 3 in the Camorra Chronicles called Twisted Pride, and it is by Cora Relly. It is a mafia romance, dark mafia romance, and our guy Remo is the boss of mafia, and Serafina is like daughter of one of his rivals, and her uncle, like her maternal uncle, is the boss of the rival gang outfit, the outfit, yeah. So the thing is that Remo and Serafina don't know each other, and this is like the entire trope is based on a captive situation. So Remo basically, kidnaps Serafina on her wedding day from the chapel or the church where she was getting married, and then he holds her captive like for 40% of the book. Like he has been treating her exceptionally well for the man, like kind of man he is. Like in book 2 we get, I think it is twisted emotions and twisted hearts, I don't know. Like book 1 and book 2 I have seen a lot of Remo, and I knew like I wanted to read his book, and his book was slightly different, his character is also slightly different, and the story that they have is also very different for me. Like I have like read captive books a lot, but this one is a slightly different one because Serafina's character is like very strong. Like I remember one of my favorite books is a captive book by Daniel Lowry, The Maddest Obsession. No, that is Kristen and Gianna, right? The Darkest Temptation, I think. Wait, let me like check it out for you guys. The Darkest Temptation, I did not get it wrong. So like that is like one of my favorite books. Like I love Maddest Obsession. Like there are 3 books in that series, and I love Maddest Obsession the most. And then like Darkest Temptation also I love equally well. Like I'm looking here because my laptop is here, and like I'm searching for names because yeah, that's me after a long day. So overall I thought like the chemistry was very sizzling. Serafina's character is very strong, and like the twist in the end, I was not expecting it, especially from Remo. Like his character is like so dark, so broody, and he is like the alpha male. The kind of mafia don that you see in your dark mafia romances, and him going there and doing what he did for his family is like, it was kind of shocker for me. And then things get more interesting. I love their chemistry in the first half of the book. Somewhere Serafina's character, I really felt for her when there was a situation like kind of a climax, and the way she took care of it, yeah, I liked it. So I don't want to give out spoilers because there are quite few spoilers. If I just like start talking about them, it will like ruin the book for you. So like they are like अभी मेरे ज़ुबान पे आ रहे हैं लेकिन मुझे देने नहीं हैं आपको. Yeah, so that is Twisted Pride for you. That being said, I'll give this book a 3-star for the overall rating, like the plot, the character building, the world building. And for the spice, I'll again give it a 3-star because like I'll not say like it is that spicy, but the chemistry is so sizzling. And yeah, that is it for Twisted Pride. The second book that I read is a reread, and it is from my favorite author Niva Altad. She's it for me. Like whatever she writes, I'm gonna read it. I don't care what others think. Like she is it for me. I started reading her books last year when I started reading Kindle Unlimited. Like she's the first author that I read. Her first book was Painted Scars, which I actually read, and that is the first book that I actually read after long years, and that was my first mafia romance. And since then, you guys know I am a mafia romance girly. So yeah, I read Broken Whispers, book 2 from the same series, Perfectly Imperfect series, and I think I have spoken about this book at least once. I don't remember in which video, but yes, I have spoken about this book because it is one of my favorite books. Like Mikhail's character is like it for me. Mikhail, Drago, Kai, they are it for me, okay. Even Alessandro is like, I think there are like so many characters, I don't want to pick and choose, like all of them are like good. Talking about, yes, Mikhail and Bianca, so it is basically an arranged marriage romance, and there is age gap, 10 years of age, and our guy Mikhail is a single father, and oh my god, he is like the best damaged hero I have ever seen. So he has like a lot of scars on his face, and he has like lost sight of one of his eyes, I think left eye, like he has just 5% of eyesight left, so he wears that eye patch thingy that the pirates wear. So freaking hot, okay. And the story, there is not much to plot, like the plot is weak, I will have to admit it, but the characters are good, okay. The characters are good. Even his daughter little Lena is like the sweetest cutest character. Also, another thing is like our girl, our main character, main female character Bianca is mute. Also, she has like a back injury, and she's a ballet dancer, so she has to like leave her ballet company. And Mikhail like saw one of her posters, and he has been going to her shows like secretly and leaving her like a yellow rose, I think, I don't remember, yeah, yellow rose with a ribbon at each of her shows, and she has like no freaking idea, okay. And also, this entire series is like there are a few Italian dons as well, like a few books where the Italian mafia is involved, but majorly this is about the Russian bratva. So Mikhail, our guy, is from Russian bratva, and Bianca is from like the Italian side, Italian mafia side. And her father, like he is like one scum on the earth. And yeah, I'm just happy like whatever happens to him in the end. There is like so much of sizzling chemistry. I'm saying it again, like do not read this book for the plot, read this book for the characters. Like two damaged characters, two perfectly imperfect characters, two flawsome characters coming together, and their bond, oh my god, you like this chemistry is like so freaking sizzling. Like I am going to give a good 4 stars for the spice, and for the plot I'll give it a 3 star. Like the book, the entire book, the world building, the characters, a 3 star. So yeah, that was Broken Whispers for you. And finally, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. I finished reading this book in 11 days. Like mar ke padhi hai maine. Like I sat down on Sunday yesterday, yeah, and then I just like finished this book, because if it was like mentally it was like torturing me so much to keep this book, because I didn't want to DNF it. And I have to say, like there are a lot of things that went wrong with this book. I know many people have given it a 5 star. I will have to say Ali Hazelwood's writing style is slightly different from what I have read so far. It is slightly refreshing. I will not say very refreshing, slightly refreshing, but I also have to say that the writing style that she has, it actually pulled this book, like the story, down. It did not do justice to our main male character at all. Like our main male character Adam Carlson, he was like, there was no spice at all, like no seasoning to his character at all. Like his character was so freaking bland, like so freaking bland. I was so disappointed. Like till the end of the book I was like hoping it will get better, and it will get better, because like most of the YouTubers, I generally like, I have like learned my lesson, okay. I bought all the books that I bought, and it was one of them, and like the book talk books, and then I realized that book talk or bookstagram is a big scam. And since then I have like stopped buying books from bookstagrammers or book talks, or basically books that are recommended on short form video. But all the YouTubers or booktubers who have like read this book, I follow them on Goodreads. They gave this a 5 star, like most of them either a 4 or a 5 star, and I don't see it, okay. I don't get the hype at all. The book is like, the plot is so poor, like there is no plot only. Let's just like assume like there is no plot. Like the book is like stretched unnecessarily. And our main female character is Olive Smith, and she had like some character, I'll have to say. Like all other like characters in this book, like even the friends were so freaking bland. Like I don't know, like this book was just plain boring for me. Basically Olive is like doing a PhD on pancreatic cancer because her mom, passed away when she was very young, and now she wants to like find a cure because her history. And Adam is like equivalent to a professor. He's like a senior, and he has been like secretly having crush. And then it is like the tropes of fake dating. And I don't know, like the chemistry was not there at all, like it was not present at all. They meet for dates for like 10 minutes, and like there is like I can recall like there are just two chapters where I actually like the story. One is chapter 16 where there is like a lot of spice, and that is like only where where Adam's personality was like visible, like he was not a side character in his own book. And even like there was some chemistry between them. And then chapter 20, where there's something happens, like there was a slight plot twist in between chapter I think 14 15. Yeah, after that in chapter 20, Adam finds out the twist or the climax that happens, and he acts like your alpha male. And yeah, not even alpha male, like it is something that he should be doing because he was in love with her. So yeah, he did something to a guy who kind of tried to hurt Jude. No, not Jude, kind of tried to hurt Olive. So yeah, that was it. Like those two chapters were it for me. Other than that, I don't see any chemistry in this book. I don't know why this book was written. Like you can totally like survive without reading this book, like skip this book at all cost, I will say. I'll give it a 2 stars. Yeah, that is it for this book because I don't have much to talk. I am like trying to justify. First I thought that maybe it's me, it's a me problem, like what happened with I want to die but I want to eat tteokbokki. But no, it is not a me problem. It is, the problem is this book. If you want to like waste like 8-9 hours of your time and your money on characters that are like pure bland, there is like no plot, you can like go ahead and read this book, buy this book. And I am generally not that harsh with books or reviews, but this book is no, this is like a big no. And I don't think like I have the courage to read other Ali Hazelwood books because one, her writing style does injustice to the characters. Let me tell you that, like I just did not like her writing style because it did not make the story interesting. And it was like so much unnecessary wordings that it just like drowned the book in her writing style. Okay, so people who like the book maybe like her writing style, and like they are like turning a blind eye to the couple or the story of two people, which I don't see is like the right thing to do. Like for me personally, the characters have to be good. Like if the characters suck, the book sucks for me. So yeah, this is like one of the most like worst read books for the year 2024 year, I'm saying it. So yeah, I read 8 books in 7 days, and like it is not something that would have been possible if I was not like in the right mind frame. And the experience has been like nice. I love reading books, I love getting lost in different words. And yeah, that is what I did for 1 week. Do I plan to do this again? Probably no, because I have like different genres that I want to read. For the month of April, I want to read like 3 new books, that is The Stolen Air, Flower Heart and Fourth Wing, before moving on to Harry Potter series. So if you have been around and if you have like reached the end of this video, please do consider subscribing to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Do let me know in the comments below which books you have read and which you liked and disliked from this video. And yeah, that is it for this video. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, stay flawsome.